because sometimes you just have to move at speed, and you know, all right, I understand that I'm going to have to rebuild this, and I know roughly what parameters where I'll have to start rebuilding. And that's part of the reason why you have this kind of constant dialogue between the company and the engineering function about like, well, how much tech debt should we get into, right? And then when should we start paying off the tech debt, and how do we do that in this quest toward establishing the company, the product, the service?
Right, and we've talked about the evolution of Facebook's attitude to this.
Yes, well, example. So one of the things, I obviously like all of the Masters of Scale episodes, but one of the things that was particularly a delight, kind of like, oh, right, is when I went in to interview the one-on-one with Zuckerberg, which is out, I had been told, well, you know, even Facebook had to get mature because they had to move from move fast and break things to move fast with scalable infrastructure, and that's when they learned. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And so I asked the question that way of Zuck when I was interviewing him, and he was like, no, it's the same thing. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, it's the same thing. Like, the whole idea is emphasizing speed. Now, when you're young and you're early, move fast and break things is the way to have the heuristic of emphasizing speed, because you're really not moving fast enough unless you're breaking some things. But as you get big and have a bunch of systems and have a bunch of customers, if you break things, that slows you down more. So you need to have the scalable infrastructure.